In 1845, the British Empire bet its national pride on a simple, arrogant equation. They believed that with enough wood, iron, and preserved meat, they could force nature to bend. They deployed two ships, the Erebus and the Terror. These were not merely vessels, they were the 19th century equivalent of space shuttles, bomb vessels, with reinforced hulls designed to smash through the frozen jaw of the world. Inside these floating fortresses, they packed enough provisions to feed a small village for 3 years. And into this wooden womb, they placed 129 men, 129 beating hearts. These were not pressed men or criminals. They were the elite, chosen for their prime health and psychological stability. It felt like a mathematical impossibility to fail. For the first 12 months, the statistics behaved. The expedition made good time, wintering at Beechy Island. The mortality rate hovered at a mere 2.3%, which, by the brutal standards of Arctic exploration, was considered an acceptable overhead cost. But looking back, those first subtractions were a quiet warning. On that desolate beach, the crew dug 3 holes in the permafrost. John Torrington, John Hartnell, William Brain. 3 names left behind in the ice, while 126 men sailed on, unaware that the countdown had already begun. Then the numbers stopped moving entirely. In September 1846, the ice gripped the ships. For the next 580 days, the Erebus and Terror did not travel a single mile. Imagine sitting in a cold, dark room, unable to leave for nearly 2 years. In that crushing silence, the hierarchy began to rot from the head down. Usually, in naval disasters, the sailors die first. Here, the math was inverted. 9 officers died early, including the commander, Sir John Franklin. That is a 21% loss of the chain of command. The brain of the expedition was dead, leaving the body to panic. On April 22, 1848, the remaining 105 men looked at their paralyzed ships, their only shelter, and made a fatal calculation. They decided that the risk of the unknown was better than the certainty of the ice. They decided to walk. This is where the statistics become weaponized. The men strapped themselves to heavy sledges, hauling lifeboats filled with silverware, books, and useless heirlooms. Each sledge weighed up to 300 kilograms. Imagine dragging grand piano across a jagged, parking lot of ice while the air is minus 40 degrees Celsius. At that temperature, hope freezes faster than flesh. They marched toward a trading post hundreds of miles away. The distance they successfully reached was 0. As the calories burned out, the social contract evaporated. Analysis of the bones recovered from King William Island revealed a terrifying final ratio. 1 in 4 showed signs of cut marks consistent with defleshing. The 105 men didn't just die. They were consumed by the desperate math of survival. The strongest ate the dead, only to die a few miles further south. The expedition didn't end. It dissolved. It took the outside world 11 years to find the first concrete note explaining that the ships had been abandoned. 11 years of silence. 11 years where 129 became a theoretical number, a ghost story told in London, parlors while wives waited for husbands who had long since become part of the tundra. The greatest navy on Earth had sent a floating city into the dark, and the Arctic had returned nothing but silence. From 129 to 105 to absolute 0. If we often memorize history through numbers, perhaps it is time we started feeling them.